Okay, so let's...
To wake up in Nigeria is one of the things I want to pray and thank God for whenever it happens, because it's a miracle to sleep and wake up in Nigeria.
Very interesting. So on Sunday Vanguard, beg your pardon, on Sunday Vanguard we have Japa sweep Nigerians hospital, where the rider had hit authorities, hire old, retired doctors and other workers. I mean, first of all, our hospitals are getting dried, and the only solution they could come up with is to hire retired doctors and old workers. How do you react to this?
It's an understatement. We say Japa sweeps. Japa syndrome has cleaned up Nigerian medical system, and the data are there. If not anything, the Nigerian Bureau of Statistics will tell you how many medical personnel and medical-related personnel has left this country in the last 10 years. Now we are even talking about that we do not have enough, because Nigeria's population is growing by day. We are one of the fastest growing nation in the world. And the worst thing is that you don't have, I can't remember exactly the number of medical doctors per, the number of patients per doctor that is recommended by World Health Organization as appropriate. And now in Nigeria, we do not have, I made bold to say we do not have 5 million people to a doctor. And when we are talking about doctor, we are not talking about the quacks that are filled everywhere. Anybody who Nigeria has taken pain to train to be a doctor, a qualified doctor, has left the shores of Nigeria. And this is what Nigerian government will watch, and they're not doing anything. The worst come to worst, they find resident doctors every time threatening to go on strike. Some of them go on strike 3 months, 4 months before they even come back, meaning they are not wanted. And there's one thing about nature, and the lecturer told me, he said, I can only work and give my best where it is appreciated. So Nigerians have a way of, somebody was analyzing it, I saw a viral video of a South African analyzing what is hit Nigeria. Nigerians spend money to train their own from nursery school. You know how many years we spend money to train our people from nursery to university? Not talk about medical personnel who their training takes longer time, with money and logistics of monumental capacity and things that involve energy and sacrifice the Nigerian parents will put to train these people. And the idea is that you have spent this money to train them, then you just allow them fizzle away to go and develop another country. And you are still running around here looking for what is happening to you, and you have not found out your problem. Japa has cleaned up Nigerian medical system. It's beginning to clean up others. It's just that this health system is the only thing that Nigeria can easily see. Everybody wake up in the morning and see. You see, in Nigeria, as we stay, just pray to God you do not fall sick. If you fall sick in this present nation, that's when you realize how bad our situation is in Nigeria. It's not that you don't have money to access the medical treatment. You don't even have qualified medical people to treat you. And that's how Nigeria has, you know what it means? To go and wash your hand with the disinfectant, to go and break pan kernel for chicken. That's the way to describe Nigeria's situation. We wash our hands clean with every detergent and all the disinfectant only to go to use it to break palm kernel for chicken. That's what we do. We train our own, allow them go, and we think we are doing ourselves favor. What can you do, I keep asking, for your girlfriend's son to call you papa? Whatever, some of them will suffer with this number of years to get qualified. When they even jump out to other Europe or America, they start all over in humiliation because they are not citizens. And they will always put it to your face with rest season and other things that go with it to tell you you have just come as a beggar. And then, you know, he who goes a bow goes a sow. Is a saying, who goes a borrowing goes a sorrowing. You go to somebody's house, you can never. A chicken that is bought newly into a household will always stand with one leg. That's what you find these our trained medical doctors in Nigeria begging to go and deliver their services to this nation for free, almost for free. For free, for peanuts. And they were here running around because the people who are in power can afford to go to India to treat themselves. At slightest opportunity, they will fly out to go and treat themselves, and they leave us here with this quagmire. And you think we pray for better prayer for them? And when I say it, people think they have clearly put us in deep shit. I'm sorry to use the word, but that's what we are. People are dying of hunger, they are dying of sickness, they don't have access to anything, and we say we are Nigerians. Woe to any nation that will allow their citizens go through this and expect them to give the best. We have returned back to state of nature, where everybody is on his own. People pray, do anything, kill, sacrifice, go to juju doctors to get to positions of authority. And it's like, once they get there, they give you that greeting that a man who has come to your house with a bicycle, when he wants to go, he will always show you the backside. Then, and that's it. That's what our politicians are doing to us. Waiting for us. Every 4 years, the 4th year, they come back, promise us, try, and because they are weaponized poverty, I will do this, that's the end. And share little things they've stolen from our national commonwealth, and come and get back to the position. And they have made sure everything you are talking about, reform, governance reform and all, they will sit down on it because it favors them. Some of them are National Assembly for running to 24 years. Let them come out, write their memos and do documentaries on their achievements. And they will forget them and they will talking about other people's fault. Nigerians are fantastically corrupt. And you Nigerians, whatever you're getting, you take. Because every nation gets what they want at any particular time. No complaint. If anybody die, we bury him. And can't those people who are even lucky to find people who bury them. But yesterday, somebody was telling me that some people can't travel from their city to go for burials in the villages. So when even their close relatives die, they can't go because they can't afford transport. Go. So those things are coming to fruition that predicted in the Bible, that days will come, even the dead will bury themselves because of hardship. But then it's war to a nation that these biblical and holy book prophecies are fulfilling on their head. Good luck to you, Nigerians. So it's not about sweeping. It has cleaned up. No need to talk about it second time. And we see go to medical centers, go around. You're talking about places like capital of states like Enugu, where you are staying. Go a little interior and see beautiful facilities, built with money. Some of them are grown with weeds. You see the facilities that are rotting. Medical people don't even go there. They don't even remember they exist. Now this leg now I go take go reach Umuahia. I beg you, leave matter for matters, let's move on. These Nigerian issues, we'll be talking about it. It's unfortunate you started with that. Sweeping car, cleaning knee. There is no health situation. We don't have it, it's collapsed. And under the watch, we have ministers of health and SS in health. We have commissioners of health at the state level. Even now that some local government at the winner takes it all, they have councillors for health. So all of them will be there looking at collapsed system and will be bothering about buying fuel at 1,400 to survive a night a day. You think we are living? Leave matter, Jare. Let's go. Yesterday was Saturday Tribune that said Kwashiorkor has returned back to Nigeria. We couldn't review it. Kwashiorkor. And for you Gen Z people, you do not know what Kwashiorkor is. But some of us that were so small during the Civil War, we tell you what Kwashiorkor is. Severe, acute malnutrition. And when it gets to that level, where you see a Kwashiorkor patient, and it affects children more, you will cry when it has returned to Nigeria. That will tell you. Nobody is saying anything. Well, what Kwashiorkor now? Somebody somewhere won't do anything. Very soon they will send us vaccine for Kwashiorkor. Somebody will be working on getting vaccine for Kwashiorkor so that they just do as if they do juju to Nigeria. So you just spend. When they see a little money in your hand, they will come and give you proposal. You spend. God help Nigeria. Let's move on, Jare. I know prison decongestion. It's a 1,780 inmates. At Punch has said it. Has been pardoned. I don't know for how long this has happened, but 12 governors pardoned 1,780. I'm happy at the pardon. It happens once in a while during celebration that whoever is in a position of authority will have cause to say, go home, you have been pardoned, but don't return back to your sins. But here, they are pardoning these prisoners because of to decongest.
Prison.
That's where I am stuck. You are not pardoning these people because you want to show them that they have shown good, lived well. There's a way they do when they are paroled in the prisons. They watch you, how good you have, and then now it's Nigeria correctional system. You call them inmates and no more prisons so that they don't get stigmatized. Now they watch you, the correction on your character and attitude about life, and they find out that you have been corrected. Somebody will recommend that you can be. So when a governor is coming to look for those to pardon, you'll be among the list who will say, this place has corrected me. But 1,780 people has been released back into the system because they want to decongest the prisons. Not because they didn't give, that will tell you. And this is true. Because if it was another reason, they say to decongest. It brought another thing to the mind. How many Nigerians that are put in the correctional centers? When I was working for a prisoner rehabilitation and welfare organization, they call them PRAWA, as a communication expert. The PRAWA organization was doing so much we went to a prison in Oji River. One small prison built in a modern way, it's transparent. If you're looking at it, you see everything that happens in prison. Like where they have all these. When we got there were over 200 people. To tell you the first, the prison was built to accommodate about 300 people who are serving their own time comfortably. But they had over 5,000 people stuck in one prison yard that's supposed to hold about 300 people. And about few of them are doing their full time. Then they know when they have entered, when they will go. The others, just do the mathematics, are awaiting trial, ATM. and they translate it in modern Nigerian language. Automatic teller machine. For the prison officials, you keep ATM people, ATM awaiting trials people in prison, and the budget to feed them comes from the same source. One of the days on this seat, we were saying that they increased the feeding for prisoners, and that includes the ATM people, which is an anathema. Somebody is not to be on ATM for that long, because you decide whether, so that the person know when you are going to the prison and know when you serve out your terms and go. But some people, what pained me and the story I want to tell, a boy stole 2 crates of minerals at 9th Mile in Enugu and was caught. They do their GBT in the police and in the court, the next thing in the prison. And nobody knew he was there again. For 12 years.
12 years.
Ordinarily, this kind of offense, if you look through deeply, the lawyers will tell us, is not supposed to attract more than 6 months, highest, or with fine. Somebody spending even his papers. They were looking for him, nothing to trace him. He doesn't even can remember the way to his village. So when you go as a non-government organization to do what they call prison liberation, where you move both the judiciary and all the process, they move to prison to do that, they start bringing them out, asking them questions. That's when you cry for Nigeria. Some of them had been there for little things as stealing crates of mineral for years, awaiting trial. They don't have access to pro bono lawyers who will go and stand for them in court. The prison that put them there do not take them to prisons to be heard, at least to be convicted and or otherwise set free. They are there eating from the Nigerian system. So imagine, let me give you an example of the corrupt situation. If government of Nigeria has said 1,000 naira per prisoner, before it passed through the bureaucracy of contracts that will be awarded by the Controller General of Police Nigeria from Abuja before it trickles down to 36 state controllers of prisons in the states, and all the contractors that will go, the prisoners might not get up to 1 naira. So you see the food that's served, you will know that Nigeria is closer to hell. What they're giving to prisoners. So when this kind of thing happen in prison, they say the congestion and all. Well, I am happy. The congestion good. For the reason I am suspect. For the reason why you are decongesting, if it is that you work with the prison authority, the correctional center authority, and they are profiling the prisoner, the inmates, to find out how they have changed and how the system has corrected them, and you are releasing them into the society, fine. Because you cannot have water in your mouth and you are blowing fire. At that point, you don't have to work. I don't want to use my other proverb of using pepper to cure madness, because if you say you want to release some inmates and you release them into the society worse than they left the society, in Alwana, what have you done? You have only added more to the hunger hardship situation we are in. That's why we have more and more multiply effect of criminals, and the government will indirectly or directly doing this without knowing, and that's my fear, and that's it.
All right, Chris, before you move
10,000 marketers.
Yes, that's where I'm going
May
to.
shut down over massive.
Yes, that many petrol stations cannot buy 1 truckload. So, of course, this is a final one, a headline we'll be able to take because of time. So,
no, beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah, at least with this. And what was I recommending here? Why are they wasting time? Put 1 liter of fuel at 10,000 naira. So that these ones you will sell and go and buy back. Isn't that what all these things are? You don't know what these things are going through. We're not worried how many people are driving cars. Close down all the filling station, turn them into industries. What do you need to be selling fuel if you can't afford it? Change the business. What is the lamentation? And the marketers lament with this lamentation over Nigeria fuel and gas oil they cannot afford. And you remain there to do what? Who are you lamenting for? If 10,000, as at this morning, the next morning it was 20,000, 100,000 that marketers cannot afford to buy from the refineries. Shut down. Let every man, the ones who can afford buy fuel and they go. They can even use governors have a depot in their governing houses. They go directly buy and dump and they're driving around in their convoy. We'll be trekking. The presidency have depot. All the big men, they have depot. So why bother about Nigerians? Put the price so that every filling station that we even afford to buy at 1,004 collapses. Then Nigeria come to standstill. Only the ones who can afford it. What is the problem? I don't have any sympathy with any market. If you cannot buy at the price they are selling, and you think Nigeria cannot buy from you when you buy from them, change business. Good luck to Nigerians.
Thank you very much, Chris. This has been very, very interesting. But before you close up finally, sack more ministers, Ndume is telling Tinubu. Ndume has been one who has been vocal, but in as much as he has been vocal, he will always come back and say he's apologizing to the president. Do you think, as you would say, a politicking?
I don't see politicking. Let more National Assembly members, senators, distinguished senators talk and apologize later.
But is there even
By
effect
keeping
to
quiet,
what they say?
I don't know what if I. Why is Nigerians always translating? This may have come to this man's mind as something he felt. Why singling out 5 ministers and dropping them? Has Nigeria changed? Or do you have possibility that things will become miraculously changed within a short time? Because what we see, you have a coach in our Jagaban, our presidency, and you have 11 players that you have to feature at any time as the coach, the technical manager. It's always better for you to come out with clean teams for a new trial. If it's along the match, they've played 90 minutes and they have extra time because of lag and all, you now say, let me bring somebody, go and rest. It's understandable. At this point, what we expect is that we are entering into a new era of match. Change the teams totally. So I am speaking with Ndume, and I support Ndume, and I say, change the team totally. Because the change you have done, as far as we are concerned as Nigerians, looks negligent and might be so minor and minute to make effect on whatever you think you want to achieve. But you see, you are the president of Nigeria, you see clearer, the view is clearer from where you are looking at. We are only advising. You are free to either take or leave. But we say, if you ask us, well, for how many, 480 something days, you should have changed the entire thing. Because some of them are relaxed. I've said it several times. They're all relaxing, hiding under the presidency. Everything but say Tinubu, Tinubu, Tinubu. It's not only Tinubu that is governing Nigeria. You have the ministers, you have the governors, you have the National Assembly. Everyone must share from this blame. Because, as my people talk, when the human physics hit the ceiling fan that is rotating, everybody in that room must get a feeling of it. If you don't touch you go hear them, you go smell them. So why are they relaxed? All those ones you left behind now will go start doing Thanksgiving them. But they've not done. I don't see any of the ministries that will come out with that clean slate of highly scored result. You know, when they come with their scorecard, they say, this particular ministry has made it 80, 90, 75, all those A-level, A marks. I don't see. Because if they see we Nigerians, we feel that aspect. At least somebody will look at and say, yeah, this aspect we have made. But that's my feeling on that. Thank you very much. God bless Nigeria.
Thank you, Mr. Chris, for your time this morning. All right, that's the most we can take for the review, and we'll be moving ahead to another segment. You don't go anywhere. Stick around.